Hello everybody, I'm Hawaiian Hillbilly. I hope everybody's having a good day. In today's video, we're going to take a first look at the Kalour 300 pencil set. I just got this yesterday. I haven't opened it yet. I wanted to wait and just open it with you guys. But before we open that, let's take I got some coloring books here too. I'm looking for an artist's name because I don't even know. I ordered these off of Amazon, and they were like $13. I don't even see a name of a publisher or an artist. So I would have to go back onto Amazon and look up the store, I guess. Maybe I can post that in the description. But there's nothing here, as you can see, that tells us who the author is, or the artist, or the publisher. But I have to tell you now, for somebody who is new, like, this is overwhelming to look at. For somebody like myself. Because it just seems like there's so many different things, colors and everything. And I'm seeing that's why having a color palette is important. I'm just hoping you guys can see this right here. I might need a different light. I've got to get another light source. I do have brighter bulbs, I think. Maybe I could try to replace that. Let's stop for a second, because you can almost see good, just as good with just my overhead light turned on. And I've got a bright light right on top of this, and it's not even working. Let me get a different light bulb, guys. I just want to see how it works. I'll be right back. You can hear me. So I got some 100 watt light bulbs. Well, these are LED, but they're supposed to be 100 watt, or the same brightness, I think, equal to 100 watts. Let me try it. Yeah, 100 watt. Brightness, 1600 lumens. So let's try that. I'm going to switch out these light bulbs. That's my 60 watt that was in there. And here's my LED bulb. We'll see how it works out. See if I think we can see better. Now, let me see. Well, I don't know. I can't tell a whole lot of difference, quite frankly. Except for on my eyeball. Well, that's about all that's all I can really do for it for right now. I don't know why it just looks like it has a shadow on it. Now, that might just be me. I don't know. When I'm sitting here at the table, it does not look that way. It just looks that way like when I'm looking at it on the camera. So maybe I need to just not concern myself so much with, no, I just need to make sure it's in position. But anyway, there were 3 of these books that came in this set. There were, I think 13 something, but there's no artist name, there's no publisher, so I'm not sure. I can't give anybody any credit for that, but before I post the video, I will try to, I'll go back on Amazon and at least see what store they came from, what Amazon seller, because otherwise I can't give credit, like I said. So anyway, there's those. I think the first one I'm going to color is, I'd like to do this one for my daughter, but that's not going to be the first one. Something like this. It's a little more simple looking, so that might be something I do first. There was, but one of them, let's see which one, it wasn't in this one. Actually, I think it's in this one. I think maybe just this first one. No, not the first one. There's some, yeah, this one. I think this is the one I'm going to try to work on first. And I do not have a color palette in mind. Let me slide this back over here. I do not have a color palette in mind. I can see why that would, figuring out your color palette and everything, but we'll see how it goes. We're just going to have some fun. I'm not going to be working on that on this video. I don't think I am. I don't think this video is be super long. Now, I bought this book too. I thought this book might be a good book to practice in. It's a nursing coloring book, anatomy, for nursing students. Or perhaps not just nursing, but anybody that would be in the medical field, I guess. But it's a coloring book, and this thing became looking, so I thought this thing was going to be much different, but I didn't realize it was going to have so much detail in some of this stuff. So this is interesting, being able to color these things. And I really thought that this book might be good for practicing shading and layering and things like that, but I'm not so sure. This is as detailed, if not more detailed, than some of the other books I already looked at. Look at this. And I understand that you would do these striations. We would see those maybe, but as far as having, yeah, that color scheme, a color palette that you would actually, these are all muscle, so there probably is not going to be any shine or any like that kind of thing, you know. So anyway, I thought it was going to be a little different than what it actually is. But this might be fun to color into some. Try to find some stuff. Kidneys. I'm not sure. It's almost scary to look at it. Trying to thinking in the sense of color. But anyway, I bought that. So we may do some coloring in this one. There may be some pages that we'll color in, but I don't think we're going to be doing a lot of practicing as far as shading and layering and stuff. We might be able to do stuff like this, something like this, for example, the liver. We might be able to color that and put some shading on it, I guess. Because we could pretend we had it out looking at it and there was some light shining on it, whatever. But anyway, that's be cool. Just to play in. And this is probably the star of the video. I'm going to pull this up just a little bit. I bought a overhead phone holder. And quite frankly, it's very difficult to use because you have to use two hands with it. It's so stiff. I actually like the look of it, but it is so it's so stiff. You literally have to use two hands to operate it, or it just tips over. You can't, because it doesn't attach to the desk, which which is actually what I wanted. I did not want a table mount the clamp-on kind. I just wanted the type with the base that sits on the table, but this one falls over. It won't stay there. So anyway, let's open this up. I haven't opened these yet. I've had them for a couple days actually. Just waiting to make this video. So we're just going to open this up. There we go. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. And I have a handy trash can right here beside me. Now I have seen a couple of videos. Most of this was packaged very well inside the styrofoam. I done threw it away, or I'd show it to you. I took it out already. But yeah, it came packaged very well. And I think all the reviews that I've seen, I can't remember anybody putting up a video that showed that when they received this particular item that it had been damaged, because it was very well protected. So I was very pleased with that. No dents in the tin, because that way the tin is worth keeping. I ordered a 300 pencil holder, a case for these. So they will not be going back in here. They will temporarily, but the swatching, I realize that swatching is not going to be my favorite part of this. Let's take the lid off this thing. There we go. I do like that picture though. I don't know. It looks a little pastel, but that just may be the imaging, and I may not be using right terminology either, but it does kind of look like pastel to me. Oh, look here. Ooh. Okay, so we have, this is going to be nice. So at least I have this part. And we've got all 300 colors on there. Nice. But I also, this won't be so bad because I don't have to write the name. But for the purpose of making videos, you know, people, they'll post the name and the color on screen, like an overlay. I don't have that ability to do that. So I've seen a lot of other people doing this, and I thought, well, they would have this, a swatch and the pencil name, the color name and the pencil brand, and then they would just lay that in the video so you could see it. So that's what I thought I would work on, doing some of these, but I may do these first. At least that way I have the color swatched. And I bought a book, a bunch of these, so if I want to take notes on them, I can too, because I bought like a box of 1,000. Okay, so I'm glad this has this with it though. This is really nice. Of course, going through here and finding those numbers. Now, one of the things I want to look at right off the bat is the readability of the print that's on the pencil, because I can already tell I like these much, much better than I did the Crayola. Let's just look right here. See, this is easy to read. Light coral, 049. That is much, much better. Let's see if I can Yeah, I really can't get this. I just don't have the light that I need. So I still got to keep working on that. But yeah, it says light coral, and it is much easier to read. Not on camera, but sitting here. I was going to say with the naked eye, but my naked eye has glasses on top of them. So, but it's a lot easier to read than was the Crayola. I will say that. Wow. A lot of color to choose from. So let's see how easily these come out. Now purple is my favorite color. We've got some purples to choose from. There's about 3 purples over in the first tray, and then we continue down through here. Wow. So vibrant. So I'm just going to set these over to the side. I'm just looking through them right now, guys. Woo, look at all those blues. Wow. That's a lot of blues. Okay. And then we go to a palette of greens. Wow. Let me see if these are easy to read. We'll look at a couple of different colored barrels and see. And I did notice too, I didn't mention this, but these are, the lettering on these pencils are in silver. On the Crayola, they're in gold, but they're not nearly as distinct. And I know you guys can't really see that. For some, I don't know, it doesn't want to focus on camera. That's too bad. Well, I don't know why it won't focus, but anyway. Brilliant Green, number 133. It is much easier to read. Let's look at one of these blues. Let's look at a dark colored barrel, a dark blue barrel. Now what does that say? Denim Blue. Denim Blue 064. This is a little bit harder to read. A little bit more difficult to read on that one, but still easier than the crayons. And I do wish that camera would focus up close. I don't know why it's not, actually. I don't normally do close-ups, but anyway, it is readable. It is much better than the Crayola. All right, a whole palette of green, entire palette of blues, entire palette here of greens. More purples. Oh, a whole palette of purples. There were some purples over there too. Wow, look at that. Ooh, that's awesome. Purple's my favorite color, like I said, so I get this whole palette of purples. Let's take a look at this one. I can tell that's going to show, ooh, deep purple. I could read that from in the box. Deep purple. Very easy to read. 085. Now, some of the numbers can be hard to read because the backing, the lettering is very reflective, very shiny. So it puts out like a, it's just like in some cases, the glare coming off the silver background, the glare off of it blocks out the ability to see the number clearly. So I always think if they use black and then put the number in white, or if they put white and put the number and the word in black, that's how I would do it. I wouldn't do it like this. But I mean, who wants to go? It would be a lot more expensive probably to get this stuff done the way I would do it. And it's going to go through a pencil sharpener sooner or later and not be there anyway. But still, it would be nice to just easily be able to, because I can't imagine going through here not being able to see and have to look at every single pencil every time to try to figure out the colors. But anyway, now these are yellow tone, brown tones. Let's see. What are the deep magneta? Yeah, deep magneta, which I'm assuming is like a purple. And that's color, looks like 157. It's hard to read. And I did have a subscriber leave me a comment and let me know that it's like this on pretty much all the brands of colored pencils. They can be hard to read. They certainly are for me. Although the silver seems to be a little bit easier for me to see than the gold. The gold had more glare coming off of it. More greens. And in this one, we actually do have a black. In the Crayola, we had a black hair. And then we had an outer space, but nothing that just said black. So we do have a black. The tips seem to be sharpened to different degrees. But I haven't seen any broken cores at this point. No broken tips. Not all of them are sharpened to the same point, but that's okay. Oh, several grays. Oh, here's silver. That's shiny. Look at this. Wow. I don't know if you guys can see the shine. Now, I know most of you probably have this set of pencils. Oh, look at that. Metallic silver. Wow. And that shows up really good too. That is so easy to read on there. You can almost read it. If the camera would have stayed in focus, you would have been, yep, metallic. There, come on. I wonder if I move this out of the way. That is better, isn't it? You can actually see that better. See, that's not too bad. Metallic silver. Nice. I like that. I like that. Wow. I was wondering if I'd be able to tell the metallic colors, but I may not be able to. Yeah, here's a metallic. Metallic yellow orchid. No. Ochre. Metallic yellow ochre. That one was a little more difficult to see. Because of the color, it blends in a little bit better. Still metallic, I like that. And I'm going to be able to use these metallic pencils too, because I have oh, let's see. All right, oh, look here. Now what do we have? Oh, these are really pretty. I wonder if some of these aren't fluorescent. Were they supposed to be? This is a light ginger yellow. Wow, interesting. I have no clue what color that actually is, but you can read it. See that? I like that. There's no glare here. See, it's not like this where it has the background painted gold. So that is much easier to read than the Crayola. Wow, light ginger yellow. I'm curious, guys. I am curious. I have a bank statement here. Let me see if I can put this thing down. Like I said, I have to use two hands, guys, to be able to even. Let's swatch this. I got to get another light because I got this big shadow here, and that's coming. Maybe I can pull it down this way. Okay, I've just moved my light source a little bit, but still, it's like shadow over it. It looks just dark. Maybe that's just me, because down here, it doesn't look dark, but I am interested to see what this looks like. You know what? Oh my gosh. Now I can't really. Now I want to do something right quick, guys. While we're doing this, I wasn't going to do, it's not meant to be a review because I don't have the experience to be really telling you what's good and what's not good, but I do want to do something right quick. Now this is one of my Crayola pencils. And I can actually read that on there. So, you know, I've been talking about how difficult it was for me to read stuff on the Crayola pencils, but this one actually is not bad. You can see that it did not print good right here, but it actually does show up Lemon Glacier. So obviously not all the Crayola are going to be hard to read, but this is a Crayola. I want to put it right here. I just want to feel. Yeah, I can tell you just by doing that right there. This Crayola feels more scratchy. I've heard other people use that term, and I understand what they're talking about. This feels scratchy. I don't want to get these mixed up. I'm just going to put that back in there. I just wanted to do a test at what it felt like. And then this is the same pencil again, light ginger. And I'm just going to go right back on the other side of this. That feels very much different, guys. That's nice and smooth. It feels very smooth. So there is a difference in the way the color goes down, the feel. I just wanted to point that, while I had it in my hand, I just wanted to test that, just to see how it felt. And it does feel very much different. It feels, like I said, it feels much softer. And that could be because the core is softer. As far as that is concerned, that might be the reason. The core actually is softer. So it should feel softer. So this is Kalour, Crayola, Kalour. And the Kalour pencil felt much smoother. The Crayola was scratchy. And like I said, it's not meant to be a review because I can't explain things to you why that might be, but I think it's just because the core is softer. I think they're both wax based maybe, but this one, the Kalour, seems to be much softer. All right, let's get our colors back over here, our pencils. We certainly don't want to get things mixed up. Let's see if we can get the next tray out. What do we have out? We're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got one more after this one. This one and one more. Boy, I almost thought a pencil was missing. They just shifted a little bit. I don't know how they shifted in the bottom of this box, but they sure did. Let me at least get them back in the right spots, guys. There we go. Let's see. Let's look at this color. Ultramarine Violet. Not as easy to read. This one is not as easy to read. The lettering is more crisp, but the reflection makes it a little bit more harder to read on. I don't know. There's a little bit of damage right there. Oh no, I don't know what that was. Something was stuck to it. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why some of them are easier to read. I guess it's just because of the color combination. The silver is not showing up all that good. Like I said, I would put a white background with black lettering in it, and it would be visible. But I don't make the pencils, so. Awesome. I definitely need dusky gray blue. I have to move that thing out of the way, and then it shows up pretty good. Dusty gray blue, number 290. So swatching these are going to take me a while. I'm really happy with this. I'm looking forward to getting Prismacolor. I mean, I think everybody who's anybody in the world of coloring has a Prismacolor in their supply stash. I see a lot of videos where people use the Prismacolor, and that's where I am headed. They're a little bit on the expensive side for me. I noticed the 150 count was $131 on Amazon. It was $155. Now it's $131. I believe in my last video, I said I was thinking had gone down to $113. That was inaccurate. It's $131. I did check. I wanted to clarify that, correct that. But it was $155. Now it's $131. And that could be different today. It could be different later this afternoon or whatever. Right now, guys, it is, let me see. My cell phone is busy. Let me see if I can look on my laptop right here and find out what time it is. It's not wanting to even pull that up, is it? There it is. It's 1:51 in the morning when I'm making this video. 1:51 in the morning. That's probably close to about everything I have for you guys. I can't really critique the pencils. I can share with you my thoughts about the print and stuff like that, and yeah, the smoothness. We could do, now here's the thing, here's something, let's do this. Let me see, let me pick a pencil. Of course, it should be purple. Violet Ultramarine. Violet Ultramarine plus plus plus. I don't know what the pluses mean on here, on these pencils, guys. Some of them have 3 pluses, some have 4, some have 2. I don't know what those plus signs mean. Let's see if you guys maybe see these plus signs. There's 3. On some pencils, there's 4. Let me see. I saw one here that had 2. I have this roll around stool like a doctor would use that I sit on here, guys. And man, every time I go to sit down, this thing tries to roll out from under you. I'm afraid I'm going to end up in the floor. So here's one that has lime. It says lime. And as you can see, remove this out of the way again. Yeah, when I move that out of the way, we get somewhere. You can see it has two plus signs. The other one has 3, and some of them have 4. I don't know what that means. I don't know why. But let's look. I'm going to set those 2 pencils to the side right there. I'm going to leave these trays out. I'm going to pull this swathing thing they gave us. Boy, I don't know how long that plastic will last. I'm glad I have a bookcase or a pencil case coming for these. It's a 300 count pencil case. So I want to find the numbers. What do we have here? We have 285. So let's find 285. And I hope you guys can see. Sorry, I got to use 2 hands. So let's find 285. $285 Violet Ultramarine. Okay, so we got Violet Ultramarine. So let's go ahead and swath this on here, or swatch it. I said swath. I've been playing a farming game, and you actually lay down a swath behind a combine. Swatch. That's going to take a little getting used to. Swath and swatch. I get all twisted up. Okay, Violet Ultramarine. I'm just going to just do a little bit here, guys. If I can stay in the line. Now there's a little bit of gradient. That was rather simple. I just paid attention and eased up on the pressure. And that gradient come out, it actually come out pretty nice. So this is color 292 Lime. Let's do the same thing with this one. I'm probably better off Lime. Start off kind of firm. Like that, and then we'll just get a little bit lighter, a little bit lighter. See if we can pull it out to very faint. That's really nice. I don't know how well that's showing up on camera. Like I said, everything looks dark on camera. I got to figure lighting out. But it looks really nice. Nice gradient. And it looks like in here I could actually see like wax moving around. So yeah, that turned out real nice. I'm really pleased with how easy that was to create. Because now you guys can help me out with terminologies and stuff, you know. Leave me comments, because I'm assuming, well, I don't even really know. Blending, I'm assuming, is 2 different colors. So, is this shading? Is that what this is referred to as? When you put the gradient on it? Is that what's referred to as shading? I'm not real sure. Let me know in the comments what this type of use is called. Whether it's shading or, because I was thinking that shading had to do with shadows, but then I don't know what this is called, if that's the case. So let me know in the comments what this would be referred to, what the correct terminology is, because I would like to use correct terminology. Lots of metallic pencils. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24 metallic colors. That's going to be cool. There's something on that book right there in that thing, not the book, but I am glad to have this thing, guys. I was hoping I could be able to do the gradient just to show what you can get. That worked out real well. I'll work on the rest of these later on. And then I may put the pencils in order. I might just do that by number order when I put them in my pencil holder. I'll probably put them in number order. Easier to find that way by number than by color. Because I would spend all day pulling out one pencil, then another pencil, then another pencil. Maybe at some point the colors will start registering in my mind. When I see the color, I'll know what that color is. But yeah, I'm real happy with that. I really could not do that easily with the Crayola. Because if you saw my the Mickey Mouse that I did, my very first coloring in 50 years, I attempted to do this in the red on Mickey's shorts. I added some shadow and stuff like that, as best as I could do at the time, but I wanted to kind of do something like this, and it just didn't work out. So this worked out real easily. So I'm very happy I did that. Let me go ahead and start putting the rest of these back in here. And they are going to go back in the same order they came out, because I just had them stacked up one on top of the other. So they will go back into exactly as they came out. Whoops. Now, if you guys feel free to recommend tell me what type of light do you use for your studio, for your recording videos and stuff like that? What kind of light do you use? And what kind of camera or phone holder are you using? My email address for the channel is in the channel description. So you can email me with those types of things if you want to, or you can leave them in the comment section. That would be good too, but it might be easier to, leave it in the comment section for sure, because that way other people who might be a beginner like myself will have that information. They can read it. But you can also email me with a picture of what you have if you want to. Like if you ordered it from Amazon, for example, you could take a screenshot of the product on the Amazon page and just email that to me. These are such just beautiful colors. I want to do one of these. I really want to do one of these, guys. Look here. I want to do this one. I want to swatch fluorescent orange red. Oh my gosh. All right, we've got to swatch this one. What is this one? Number 231. Let me move this out of the way. Let's find 231. Here we go, 231. 231. Fluorescent orange red. That might be hard to see on that white background. And that is number 231. Well, 231. So let's go 231. Oh, let's see. That's pretty firm pressure right there. Pretty firm. And then we're just going to start lightening up on that pressure. See if we can't pull it out. Just get a little suggestion of color. A little suggestion of color. And that does have a nice gradient to it. Not as dramatic as like this, the ultraviolet, or the violet ultramarine. I hope you guys can see the difference between these three colors. I have things on my screen that are telling me, you know, it's got the pause button and the stop button and I'm a one-time zoom. It's got all this stuff on the screen, so the picture is actually behind all this other stuff. So it's a little more difficult for me to see, because right now I can't even see this. There's a button on the screen that's on top of blocking this, but I think for you guys, you can see it. So it's not quite as, the gradient is not quite as noticeable. You can tell there's a difference, but it's certainly not as noticeable as this. This is nice. Even this one, it's a little more noticeable, but that's okay. But that's going to be perfect for blending. That was really a pretty color. Let's do one more. Can we, let's do one more color, guys. I should have done the black. I should have done a test on black. All right, let's try this one. We're going to do one more. This is called Shallow Orange. Well, it's not, this one's not quite wanting to, there you can read it. Shallow Orange, 3 stars or 3 pluses, and a 0.54. And again, if you know what those mean, let me know in the comments, please. So what do we have? We have 0.54. That's on the first page. I guess it would be on the first page. It's in the first palette. Now that probably doesn't mean anything. I think there's more colors here. Well, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, there's like one less pencil. Anyway, let's 54 Shallow Orange. Let's try that one. Shallow Orange. This almost looks like it might work as like a skin tone, maybe. Very lightly. Very lightly. A little bit of a gradient. Very nice. Okay, you put that back up. There we go. And there we have it, guys. The first look for me at the Kalour, or the Kalour. Somebody asked me about pulled pork in Hawaii yesterday, because I used to live in Hawaii. So they asked me if I ate a lot of like pork, and it's in Hawaii. Pulled pork is Kalour pig, is how it's referred to. It's Kalour pig and cabbage. I would like to have some, actually. It would be pretty nice. Anyway, there you go, guys. That's the first look at my Kalour 300 pencil set. Very creamy. I'll put that up here. The Crayola brand, much more scratchy going down. And that comes from somebody who you may not want to take a whole lot of advice from at the moment. But that's just how it felt to me. You could definitely feel the difference in how the pigment went down. If you have these, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about them. You can compare them to other brands if you'd like to. Prismacolor, even the Crayola, if you have those too, and give me your thoughts on the differences. But that's going to wrap it up for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. It may not be real informational for you. It wasn't meant to be necessarily a review, because I don't have the expertise, the experience to be able to give something a fair review. It's just my thoughts as I take a first look at this stuff. Guys, I really appreciate all the support you've shown this new series on my channel, the Becoming a Colorist series. I appreciate that. I've had commenters, people giving me likes on the video and stuff like that. Thank you very much, guys. I really do appreciate that. That means a lot to me as somebody that's new to doing, putting their hand to something new, to be able to have that support. So thanks, guys. That's going to do it for this one. I'll catch you all in the next one. Until then, God bless.